Hey, what's going on, guys? Coming against the year. In this video we're gonna be watching a couple of games played between BBC 1.3 with Stockfish NNUE versus Yace chess engine, which is around 2500s, which is rated around 2500s on CCRL. Just to give you an idea behind the drama in this match and the idea of how strong Stockfish NNUE is, I just want to show you the page with the test results and the L ratings for my BBC chess engine. So here are the three versions that has been tested there, and quite an even more fact that the latest version 1.2 that has some extra evaluation features actually performs for about 100 elo points lower compared to version 1.1 where I was using the bare material and p-square tables. Why this is happening? Well, the reason is simple. So the values for material and positional square piece tables I've used in version 1.1 were highly tuned by Ronald Friedrich, the author of chess engine Pesto. I'm not sure if that's the correct name. Well, anyway, so the idea behind that chess engine was just to try to participate in TSAC using only material and positional square tables as evaluation, and he did actually manage to participate there. But anyway, in this version, even though it's a late kind of this version is later compared to this one, and I try to add some ability and safety and some various evaluation features, but without getting them tuned properly, it actually didn't, it's not that strong. It's actually 100 points, or almost 100 points weaker compared to this version, which gives us an idea that without evaluation tuning, there is nothing, you're not allowed basically to add new features without tuning them properly. But anyway, the era of handcrafted evaluation, it seems like it comes to its end, because even such a weak engine as BBC, powered by NNUE steroids, actually performs fantastically well versus 2500's chess engine, believe it or not. And the two games I'm going to be showing you in this particular video actually proves that. And also, if you're interested in the testing progress of the latest version of BBC, you can have a look at this thread at Talkchess. I'll give you a link below the description, in the description below this video, so you could have tracked this on your own. So thanks to Silvian, who is the tester at CCRL, we're able today to have a look at two fantastic games. So he posted these games on Talkchess to give me an idea of how BBC performs actually. So without further ado, let's actually have a look at the games. It uses for about 12 half moves for an opening book. So this is the opening variation so far. So we got a Sicilian defense, not sure, so it's called Taimano variation. Well, okay, but what do we usually see in this is the last book move is a2 a3. So quite pretty usual plan in Sicilian is when white is castling queen side and black is either keeps the king in the center or castling queens or castling king side, and the opposite flank attacks actually begins. And this is exactly what Yace is going for, so it just goes instantly like b5 to b4, trying to smash the queen side of BBC. And the very first game by the chess engine played, and BBC calmly responds bishop to b1. So the idea is just to recapture with the knight and stay safe. So nothing really much there. So this is happening. And you see, like, black is already trying to build the pressure on the b file, trying just to mate the white king, and the black king seems to be more or less safe, even though it has stuck in the center. But anyway, yes, eventually it castled. But you see, like, even in this position, so it's kind of made in one is threatening actually. So it might be, just hold on a sec, guys. Just wanna make BBC as the only engine if we need some analysis here. Okay, so let's have a look. And now Yace is starting the pawn hunt season for some reason. So I don't think this is really wise because it just opens the files against its own king, which would give the rooks the prospects for an attacking of black king, which might not be that great idea. But anyway, so this is how it was going. And again, he takes another pawn. And now this move is interesting already. So you might wonder, like, actually, after this move, black can capture the rook, but actually it loses the queen. If so, what would happen? Yeah, probably should turn on. Well, anyway, I just should go to edit mode and enable the analysis. Yeah, probably this would be the way to go. So in this case, we just we actually can. So black is forced to take the knight here, right? Because it's in check, so just takes the knight. And hold on a sec. Oh, it just. Sorry guys, just let me reload the game. I did something horribly wrong here. So list games. Okay, just get to this same point here. Yeah, I just should use edit and analysis at the same time, but not making a game, not making an engine to like think that it's playing chess. So only analysis mode. Okay, so this is it. This is the move. Okay, so if in this case we just capture this rook, and I want the new variation. Okay, then engine says knight to d5, knight to f6 check. We go for this check, and then g takes, and then queen takes d2. So capturing this rook would eventually lead to actually getting the black queen capture. So it's not an option, obviously, and we don't really want that. So queen goes to g4 instead, and this is how the game was going. You just notice the pressure on the f7. So just the white rook infiltrates to the 7th rank here, and suddenly it starts that already black king is in danger, is in trouble here. Well, not yet at the moment, but after a few moves. Okay, so here I'm not understanding that properly myself as well. So, well, at the moment, so hold on a sec. How many? Yeah, it seems like is black a piece down. So okay, rook, queen, queen. Yeah, for some reason, it seems like, yeah. So here, I don't really understand like why to drop this bishop. Well, if you just, okay, sorry. If black say go to bishop to b7 to avoid dropping this bishop, so what I suggest, queen h3 takes h5. Oh, yeah, now this is gonna be a disaster apparently. So queen f6 to h6, queen h5 to g4, rook f1, f8 to f1. Hold on a sec, why is this needed? Just I can't see what's wrong here, so just make a dumb move. Is this gonna be a maiden? Queen g5. Oh, queen g5 goes to g2. Yeah, just the rook is threatening, so knight c6 to b4 and rook. What? Oh, just bishop takes. So again, it's a little bit strange. So what if I go, say, okay, the problem is that this rook h1 is threatening actually. So, well, let's say I go for here, right? Yeah, then again the same, we just losing a queen here, which is not a good option. Yeah, so eventually black decides to protect this pawn by playing g6. Okay, so then knight takes the bishop on a8, and what happened? Okay, I'm a little bit confused. Why not recapture this instantly? New variation. Is this a disaster? So queen h3 to d7. Queen h3 to d7. Rook to d8. So what's wrong with this variation? Queen takes c6. Oh, yeah, this is it. So just captures a knight in this case. And still piece up, but well, I don't know, is this really that bad actually? Okay, anyway, let's follow the game. Exchanging the queens. And yeah, still the result is still the same. White is just a piece up here, even though black has some pawns, but these pawns are not going anywhere at the very end. So yeah, exchanging the rook in this manner. Okay. And yeah, in this position black resigns actually. Yeah, I would like to have a look at the endgame, because there might be some bugs always when it comes to the endgame. So when I'm testing, I'm usually trying to make sure that engine plays until the either mate or draw result. But anyway, so this is how the game was going. And again, like okay, just another thing that I want to have a look at is the search depth. So I believe that Yace should be searching deeper. Okay, so Yace goes for depth 10. Yace goes depth 10, and BBC goes for depth 9. So okay, 11, 10. So yeah, so it seems like that BBC hits the depth of, well, about one ply less compared to Yace. Okay, yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, actually I thought that Yace, assuming it's 2500s, it should be searching a bit deeper, but actually it doesn't. So yeah, now it's 2 plies less, but even though it hits the depth is 1 or 2 plies less, still the power behind the evaluation, the Stockfish NNUE, is so big that it's enough to win. Well, okay, guys, so let's have a look at the second game. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm not commenting from the chess player's perspective, because I'm not a chess player. Basically, my elite chess rating is about 1700s. It's really poor to annotate this like games, because the playing strength of the engines is much bigger compared to my playing strength, which I lost completely in the recent months. But anyway, let's have a look. So I'm commenting from the chess programmer's perspective rather than from the player's perspective. Okay, so now Yace is playing white, and let's have a look from BBC's perspective. So, well, actually, let me just turn the analysis off, because don't want to torture my CPU. Okay, so I missed the point where the engine started playing actually. Okay, c5, bishop d3, bishop b7. Okay, so this is still the opening book. Okay, and okay, bishop d3, the first move by the Yace chess engine, and c5 is response from BBC. Well, I really like this blockade by pawn on c5. Okay, castling. Well, nothing much so far. And yeah, you know, like again the same scenario. So BBC is just giving pawns away, like it did here with the c5 pawn, but it goes for a king hound immediately. And yeah, it would probably now drop another pawn. Yeah, it drops another pawn. It's a very interesting strategy, but it actually it wins eventually. Okay, it drops another pawn. So 3 pawns down already. Is it? So minor piece, 2 rooks, queens, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 pawns down at the moment. And still, it considers to be like about 2 pawns up from the positional perspective, believe it or not. So this is very interesting. Yeah, it's a bit unclear why actually Yace doesn't return any evaluation. It's a little bit strange, but anyway. Okay, so just probably missed something. So why to play rook here? So if rook captures. Well, actually, BBC shows that the rook should be captured here. Takes. Let's have a look what would happen there. Just wondering. Okay, queen takes. Probably rook defense. Okay. And then queen back to g4, threatening mate in 1. Rook f2. Okay, and what's next? Rook a8 to a6. Okay, just protecting the pawn currently. Well, the evaluation is just fine. I have no idea why did actually Yace considered to play this g2 g3 move. But anyway, let's have a look. So okay, so play g3 and oh my god, what is going on here? So is this a knight sacrifice? Knight f3, check. Okay, so why not to capture with the rook? I'm just wondering why not to capture with the rook. So what would happen? Queen g4 takes f3. Oh yeah, not capture with the rook because this rook is pinned. Yeah, and this is gonna be a total disaster, obviously. Okay, so king goes to g2. Okay, so it was a check. Knight f3 check. Here. Okay, another check. Here. Oh, it's a bit mystery for me. Okay, protecting the pawn finally. Yes, it still seems like white is not doing that bad. Well, this to my human eyes. Well, even though it seems like the king might get in trouble, but still, 2 rooks are defending the king, and this pass pawns also might be on the cards, but they're doubled, so it's not really that beneficial. Well, anyway, let's have a look what happened. Okay. Okay, the rook exchange. Whoa, now this is interesting. Now this is really interesting. You just look what it is doing. What is this doing? Oh, okay. Queen f3 takes. So it just takes lots of pawns in return at the very end. What a fantastic game. Check. Oh, now okay, now it needs to give a rook. Okay. And eventually pawn up and rook versus bishop. Okay, now wins the, no, it's not the winning queen, sorry, so just an exchange. Yeah, but this opening is actually totally winning, obviously. Yeah, white should resign here. Well, Silvian reported that Yace was using endgame table bases, which means that, well, that's the strongest way of playing openings using of playing endgames using those endgame table bases, because it's kind of pre-calculated stuff. They're not actually searching anything. That's just a matter of probing the tables, and I'm not sure how exactly the algorithm works, but the idea is that with those endgame table bases you can see like made in 31 plights or things like that. So that's quite pretty interesting technology to consider. Well, anyway, so another game has finished here, and just want to read you a couple of posts by Silvian. So yeah, initially it was actually making BBC playing versus the Giraffe, which is to the 2300s, well, almost 2400s LO, and then Silvian writes, I changed the partner. Giraffe wasn't able to compete with NNUE steroids BBC. Now I try the Yace chess engine, so the result will be published in the test section. Okay, so, and he said like BBC earns many hundreds of ELO points. Well, he considers over 1000. Well, I think that is a little bit too much, but anyway. So, yeah, by the way, this is the particular Stockfish neural network that is used for evaluation and the games. Well, okay guys, so basically you the judge. Again, like, I think this is really impressive that the engine that the most he could do without Stockfish NNUE was around well, it's not even 2100s, it's just 2096. So yeah, like, and it still might be not that precise, but anyway. But with this Stockfish NNUE, you see like the results are absolutely fantastic. So I'm really impressed by these results, to be honest. So let's wait until BBC NNUE version would get rated at CCRL to see the significant gap between the ratings, like of 1.3 version and the previous versions. Okay guys, so I think this is it from my side. In the next video I will quickly walk through the latest updates I am now making in BBC Chess Engine. I'm just improving the search a little bit to make it search a bit deeper at the moment, so I think that makes sense. And an interesting fact that for about the last couple of weeks I'm feeling like everything I could do regarding BBC I've already done, but here and there it happens that I'm just thinking like, okay, maybe I just add this little feature and then I add this little feature, and the development is keep going, which is a bit strange to me, but still this is the fact, because before BBC Chess Engine I was actually really tried. I had numerous attempts on writing a chess engine those were very weak engines, and those were more like perf testers, like instead of playing chess programs. But anyway, I was dropping them after the very first version released. But this NNUE experiment actually motivates me to keep working on the search, even though I don't really understand many concepts, and what I'm doing is most likely like just trying to grab some code snippets from chess programming Wikipedia and trying to alter them a little bit and embed into my engine, into BBC. But surprisingly, that makes sense in terms of it's started searching deeper. So for those of you who's not aware of that, using Stockfish NNUE actually slows down the performance for about it's about 50% if we're not involving some specific optimizations to incrementally update the first layer of the network, the neural network, which I don't, because I just probing that from scratch every time for simplicity and for clarity. Like, the entire BBC Chess Engine serves the purpose of simplicity and clarity. That was the initial goal when I was making that tutorial series. And well, let's say if BBC was hitting about the depth of 10 or 11 in a blitz 2 minutes plus 1 second increment, when it has had the handcrafted evaluation, then the version we've been watching games for actually managed to hit, it's actually, how many? I'm not sure about the time control. It's a little bit strange. So what kind of time control is this? This is really strange, to be honest. So it hits the depth of 10. Yeah, the time control is a little bit strange because I know that on CCRL they usually use 2 minutes plus 1 second increment, and anyway, the version of BBC that has been shown in this video actually was hitting the depth of maybe 7 or 8 plies in the opening and in the middle game, about 10 to 11 plies in the end game, but that's not that great really. While the improved version I'm currently working on, actually it's about 10 to 11 plies in the opening and the middle game, like it was in the initial version before NNUE was included, what was embedded into the engine. And how in particular did I manage to do this would be the topic of the next video. No code in there, just a quick update on the development progress, because I can't really make tutorials on something that I can apply but don't understand properly enough to make a tutorial on. So if I just understand how to embed the NNUE using the Daniel Shavels library, I do that in the live coding fashion, but if I'm making something that I don't understand, I just can quickly highlight what has been changed without diving into the explanation again, because I just can't explain what I don't understand properly. Okay guys, so this is it from my side. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next videos on this chess programming channel. Until that time, and take care.